Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm here in Los Angeles. I might have mentioned to you guys that I'm out here shooting some stuff. We did a screening of Too Honorable, the film that I'm executive producing with Kanye West and Damon Dash, and it's an interesting movie. It's mostly Dame's vision, but it's beautiful to look at on screen. It has an amazing soundtrack. Kanye gave us most of the music, as well as Snoop Dogg. So I think you're gonna like it. Just so you know, though, it's not a movie for kids. So there's some violence, there's some profanity, no nudity, but violence and profanity. So don't take your kids to see this movie. But if you want to see, a good urban drama. With some higher level talking points that Dame and I are going to hit when we go on tour, check it out. I think you guys are gonna like it. Now we also have a show that I've been working on with Tony White, J.B. Brown, and some other people. Malik Yoba just signed on. It's called Steel Justice. We think it's very, very good. Richard Brooks, also from Being Mary Jane and Law and Order, he's also in it, as well as some other very good actors and actresses. And we shot that over the last several days, and I've learned a lot. I've learned how to act. I guess I'm a fast learner, so I play the judge in the show, and I'm going to have a pretty intense scene with Malik Yoba and Richard Brooks pretty soon, which is going to be really interesting because these guys are great. So I'm going to bring my A game. Anyway, one of the thoughts I wanted to share with you is, as I go to get on this flight, I'm going to go to Dallas today. Is I wanted to talk to you guys about choosing mediocrity in your life and why you shouldn't do it. If that's not what you want. Now, if you want mediocrity, if you want an average life, I mean, I'm not judging that, but a lot of times I think that we want extraordinary, but we don't always know how to pay the price for extraordinary or what it really takes to get extraordinary. I teach a class called Black Keys to Greatness. It's at blackkeystogreatness.com, where we talk about goal setting, overcoming obstacles, etc. And one of the things that I tell my students in that class is that if you want an extraordinary life, you have to constantly stretch yourself, take yourself out of your comfort zone, and you have to start. The younger you start doing this, the better. When I think about my life, and I guess you could say I have an extraordinary life in the sense that I get to do things that are different from other people. I look back on my life and I realize that a lot of these extraordinary things that happened in my life, that have happened over the last 15, 20 years, occurred because when certain forks in the road came into my life, I chose the extraordinary option as opposed to the ordinary option. So, for example, when I was sitting at home in Kentucky, I had little jobs that were offered to me that would have given me temporary financial security. But I said, I don't really want to do that because if I start this path now, then I'm going to be in this mediocre path 20 years from now. And I'm going to be looking back and wishing I was young again so I could go back and do it again. So I would turn down anything that down the road didn't look like it could put me in an extraordinary position. I would start at the end and work backward. That's what we call in mathematics. You call that dynamic optimization. You put your mind, and Damon Dash actually brought this up the other day too, and I was really fascinated by this because he's probably never, I don't know if he's ever studied dynamic optimization. I know it's like a high level math concept, but that's exactly what he said. He said, I start with where I want to be and work backwards. He said, I want to own a football team, so I work backwards from that in terms of how I can get there. And I respect that. And so ultimately, when you talk about visualizing, people talk about creating a vision. Even the rapper D1 has this thing he calls mission vision, where you visualize your mission in life. I encourage you that when you visualize the extraordinary, visualize it in a way where you understand that your next step cannot be ordinary. If you do what everybody else is doing, you're going to get what everybody else is getting. I see a lot of people who have extraordinary talent, tons of people, but what they'll do is they'll choose an ordinary path and somehow think that extraordinary outcomes are just going to naturally come just out of luck. And the truth is, what I've seen in my life is that most of these things don't happen out of luck. It comes from making choices that are different from everybody else. So just keep that in mind as you go for your extraordinary path. I know you can do it. Believe in yourself. You might have to take some risks. You have to go through some tough times. But as they say, you spend a few years living like nobody else will, so you can spend the rest of your life living like nobody else can. That's really important. If you want to follow up on any of these concepts, I do teach a class called Black Keys to Greatness. It's at blackkeystogreatness.com. It's the first month is free. Also, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee on the class. So if you get in there and you say, "Oh man, this stuff is whack. This guy ain't teaching me nothing," you can get your money back. But I meet with the students and we talk about, really what you see. What you see really is what you get. And what you see and what you do is what you get. So just keep that in mind as you move forward. So don't forget, if you want to see where I'm on tour tour, go to the drboyceWatkinstour.com. Also, if you're interested in the Black Wealth Bootcamp, we have a new boot camp coming up on June 4th. You can go to theBlackWealthBootcamp.com to join in. I think you're going to love it. It's going to be awesome. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Peace.